Hey guys, Sydney here, and I'm so excited to bring you more powerful content about how you can make the most of ManyChat in your Amazon business. One of the things that we get asked most frequently is, what do I do when I've built my flows, they're perfect, everything's in line, but then I run into issues that are just outside of my control. A lot of people have issues with growth tools, Facebook ads, user error, and users breaking the flow. And in this video, I want to walk you through how you can use keywords, keyword automation within ManyChat to kind of build some workarounds for this. So while it's not an exact science, this will really help solve a lot of these problems that seem to be ongoing and widespread, and just out of the reach of what we have control over when we're building our ManyChat flows. So we're going to jump in, and as I mentioned, we're going to solve some issues with user error and what users are submitting as they're going through your flows, as well as issues with Facebook ads and with ManyChat growth tools. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So here we're just going to do a quick primer of what keywords are. So if you go over here into automation and then keywords, you'll see this screen, and these are the default options that should already be preloaded into your account. So if you click up here, there are some great resources from ManyChat about how to use keywords. But one of the things that we want to talk about is how we can use these to solve some of our most common problems. So as Amazon sellers, we'll deal with unique issues that ManyChat might not cover. So essentially what we can do with keyword automation is create rules right here, and you can see click new rule in the corner. And what we do is whenever somebody replies to our bot with that specific word, the message can be an exact match, it can contain a certain keyword. There are a few different options that we can choose from. Essentially, we want to control what happens automatically when we receive that message. So a lot of them, these are pretty intuitive. Start, subscribe to our bot. That definitely makes sense. We want to have an action that subscribes our user to our bot, and vice versa. If they say that they want to unsubscribe, we want to go ahead and unsubscribe them from our bot. But we can create some custom rules to really accomplish a lot here. And then you can see here what the options are. We can say an exact match, message is, message contains. That would be if we want to find a message that contains a certain string of words together. Message contains whole word is a really important update that ManyChat came out with. Say that our keyword is the word hi. We want to be able to isolate that for users that are just using it as a whole word versus being within any other word, which for some common keywords, that would be really easy to run into issues with. And then again, message begins with, and message is thumbs up. So this is using the Facebook native like response. It's not the emoji thumbs up, it's just when the user actually likes the message. So let's say every time we get the message hello, we want to say message contains whole word. We want to create this keyword, and then we can either choose an existing reply or create a new reply if we want to customize just an immediate response. Or we can add an additional action here so that we can tag a user, trigger a zap if you use Zapier, subscribe to sequences, unsubscribe. There are a ton of different options here, but what we're really going to be focusing on is sending them back into flows that they've exited, and really focus a lot more on subscribing them to sequences. Okay, so I've gone ahead and plugged in a couple of different keywords here, created a few different keyword rules that would be really helpful to have in your account just kind of as a backup. So the first thing is these first three here. We want to have start over, talk to a human, contact support, anything similar to this. So in this case, this is where the action steps come in. So we can create a reply saying, we received your message, hey, our team will be reaching out to you shortly. And then what's really cool here is we've used the notify admins action. So this will make it really quick to reach out to your support team. If you have somebody or a virtual assistant monitoring your ManyChat account, that would be a really great way to immediately refer them to a live person. So what I would recommend doing is going through your live chat, and you can go ahead and see it pictured here, what this looks like. I think one of the biggest assets you have is going through and looking through what your users are actually sending to you. How are they talking to you? How are they interacting with your bot? And you can do this by navigating both the open and completed live chats in your ManyChat account. This is going to be helpful throughout the whole process of setting up keywords because you can see where users are breaking the flow, some of the pain points that they might have, some common responses, and ways that you can really customize your keyword to match your audience. So after we have some of the general support pieces out of the way, human error, that sort of thing, we can talk about how we can solve some problems with growth tools. So if you have made it this far with us in ManyChat, you may have run into some issues with Facebook ads yourself. A pretty common issue is that users will get the Get Started screen when they click on one of your ads if you're using the Facebook ads JSON growth tool. There are a couple different ways that users will end up on this blank Get Started screen without actually receiving the message from one of your ads. So it could be an issue with your first message in your flow. There could be an issue with the growth tool, with the link in the Facebook ad. We're just going to show you a really quick and easy workaround so you don't have to spend hours combing through to find the exact problem. This is basically putting up guardrails to make sure that your flow is going to be foolproof and that it'll work regardless. So if you see here, get rebate, get argan oil rebate deal, these are a couple of different ways that we can send users back into the flow if they end up on that Get Started screen. So here I'm in the ads builder, and what we're going to do is build in this workaround right into our ad copy. And so you can see here I have a sample ad already set up. All I did was add this last sentence here. If you don't get a message right away, just reply, "Get my sleep mask," and we'll get right back to you. So they already know, they'll click here to shop now. And if you are targeting your users over time, they're conditioned to receiving these sorts of deals. This should not be too foreign to them. And they'll just know that they need to type "Get my sleep mask," and they will eventually receive that message. So what we'll do is we'll go right back into keywords, create a new rule, and say message contains "Get my sleep mask." What we want to do, create this keyword, and here we're going to subscribe them to a sequence. So we already have a sequence created, and I'll show you real quick where that's already set up for us, but we're just going to subscribe them to this sample search find buy automation. So if we jump over here, this is the sequence that we already have set up, and it has all three flows that I'm going to send them through for a particular promotion that we're running. So when they type "Get my sleep mask," even if they're on that Get Started screen and they're stuck, they didn't receive any kind of message, if they type this keyword that I've already told them to type in the ad copy, they'll go ahead and already receive all three of these flows. And they're already set up on a schedule, so it should go off without any issues. Get Started screen issue. One really quick way to work around. And while we're at it, we did want to definitely have the exact keyword that we told users to type, but at the end of the day, people are human, and they could type something else. So we really want to just narrow down, if they type sleep mask or have any message that contains sleep mask, we'll go ahead and do the same thing. We want to subscribe them to that sequence as well. So this is just a really good workaround for when users are stuck on that screen and they're not being sent into your flows. Just create a couple of different keyword rules, and you'll make sure that you're making the most of your ad spend, the clicks that you're already paying for on Facebook, and making sure those users actually make it into your ManyChat flows. So the last problem we want to solve is when a user actually breaks our flow that we've created by, instead of going through and using the quick replies or buttons that we have created for them, they go ahead and reply with words that they should not. So whether they're asking for help, replying yes, replying if they want to see a menu or reach the support. The issue that we run into is that they end up kind of stuck in this one spot. So we want to be able to automate some kind of menu to send to them when that happens. So this is another great place where it's really helpful to go through and look through your live chat, see where users are breaking out of the flow, and if you can bucket any kind of responses that they're sending so that you can go ahead and create a keyword for that response. So I've gone ahead here with help, menu, and start over and created a couple of additional keyword rules. But what I did was created a user response menu. And this is a great thing to go ahead and do if you have a couple of different rebates running, if you have some different options for them to do. Definitely create this and customize this for your own business. But one of the things here, this is the automatic message that they will receive. What would you like to do? Get rebate deals, get support. So again, you can add different types of responses to this and send users into different messaging based on your messenger bot itself. So definitely recommend customizing this. So if they choose that they want to get a rebate deal, we give them a couple of different options of ones that are available to them. And then from here, we can subscribe them to different sequences and basically just bring them back into the flows that they would have mistakenly exited. And then another thing that we can do here is notify our admins if they need to get support. And then always be sure to send some kind of confirmation message saying your request has been received, we're on our way and getting back to you. Just being really quick and very responsive to let them know that you do hear their concerns. One important thing to note here is you want to make sure you are subscribing them to the appropriate sequence. Here we are just using a sample, but if you have sequences for different products, I'd be sure to subscribe them to that particular sequence that you have set up. So guys, thanks for joining us. I really hope that this is going to be helpful to you and that you can leverage this really underutilized feature in ManyChat. So we talked through how to set up some basic keyword rules, and then we talked about how to solve issues with growth tools and Facebook ads, as well as how to set up a user response menu if users are breaking your flow with their responses. We really scratched the surface with what you can do with keywords, but I hope that you can make the most of this to meet your specific needs. So yeah, be sure to let us know if you have any other questions. And we hope this works really well for you. Thanks.